Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be staining our picket fence in front of our house. I built this fence about a little over a year ago, and now it's time to start staining. So stick around and I'll show you guys how we do that. To start, we went to Lowe's and purchased a paint sprayer that will speed up the process a lot. We have a 5-gallon bucket of wood stain. This is a non-transparent stain, so it'll actually look similar to paint, and we also have paint rollers and some paint brushes if we need them. A picket fence like this has a ton of cutting in, a lot of edges. With the pickets being spread apart like this, it's going to be a pain to paint this, and if you were doing it just by a brush, it's going to take forever. So having that paint sprayer helps a lot. If you haven't seen the video of me building this picket fence, you can go back and check that out. I'll leave the link at the end of this video. It was a great video. I hope you guys enjoy that one as well. Now, we built this fence over a year ago now, and we wanted to make sure that the wood has fully dried out and sort of seasoned before you add the stain or paint on top, or else it could reject the paint, eventually peel, or it could cause the wood to hold in that moisture and rot a lot quicker. So if you have really wet pressure treated wood that you're working with, it's best to let it dry out. We originally wanted the fence to be white, so we wanted to stain it anyways, but there are a lot of benefits to staining the wood instead of just leaving it the exposed pressure treated lumber. Now, stain will seal the wood and keep a lot of the moisture from soaking in and rotting out a lot quicker, and it will also repel a lot of the bugs and termites and things that will ruin your fence over time. You can see I'm spraying the first 2 sections of this fence with only the sprayer, and there's a ton of overspray. Because the pickets are separated, there's a lot of space that the stain can blow past. Even being careful trying to just get the picket, it is still wasting a ton of stain. So I'm going to try a section and see how it goes using the roller on all the flat edges and just using the paint sprayer to cut in on all the sections where I can't reach with the roller. And the roller actually covers a lot of space quickly because it covers up 2 of those pickets at a time. I can really cover a lot of ground quickly. It's not much longer than the paint sprayer itself, and it's actually saving a lot of stain, and it's giving a lot better coverage on that wood as well. I could tell this used a lot less paint because I actually made a mark on the bucket when I first started at the paint level. When I painted the front of the first 2 sections there on that fence, I looked back at the paint level and it dropped a lot more than I was hoping, and I wouldn't be able to finish the whole fence with only that 5-gallon bucket. So when I started using the roller, it went a whole lot slower and was actually able to finish this whole fence with just 1 5-gallon bucket, and I think I had close to a gallon and a half left over. My wife's also helping out with this, and she's getting in between the pickets. This works really well with a small roller. You only have to dip it every once in a while, and you can go all the way down the line really quickly, covering up just the edges of the pickets. And that's actually what used the most stain, is when I was trying to spray the skinny edges of the pickets. A lot was spraying past, and that wastes a lot of stain. Now that we have everything done with the rollers that we can, I'm going to come back quickly and do all the cutting in with the paint sprayer. And this still, if you're wondering if it's worth it to get a paint sprayer, it's still saved a ton of time. Instead of coming back here with a paintbrush, which is very tedious, takes forever, the paint sprayer breezed through this and touched up all those sections that we couldn't reach with the rollers. We're a little over a quarter of the way done with the fence, and now we're going to do the backside. Same thing with the rollers. I'm just going to run down the face of the 2x4s. Each of those pickets, I'll grab those real quick. We don't have to worry about the sides of the pickets because we painted those on the front. So all I'm going to be doing is cutting in around that 2x4 where the roller can't reach, and that is all that we need the paint sprayer for. There's a huge variety in sealers that you can use for exterior wood like a fence or a porch. There's obviously different types of stain. You can get a clear finish as well to seal wood or even paint. A huge variety of different colors you can choose from. We chose stain because it's a lot thinner than paint, and we wanted the fence to be white, which with this non-transparent stain works really well doing that. But it goes on a lot thinner. It actually soaks into the wood better than paint does. And over time, paint has a tendency to peel and chip off, and we didn't want to have to come back and scrape our fence off of all the old paint that's peeling and have to reapply paint on top of that. This stain should really help prevent that, and it won't be as likely to peel or have any issues as it ages. We have half the fence done. We're going to move on to the other half, and it's all the same steps. I'm going to speed this up a little bit more using the roller on the face of the fence and cutting in on the edges with the roller as well. Anything we can't reach because of that 2x4 going across, we're going to use the paint sprayer. Then we'll move back to the back again, same steps, roller and then spray. Now we're moving on to the back of the fence. This is a super hot day. It's nearly 100 degrees outside and the sun's just beating on us almost the whole day. And this goes a whole lot faster having two people. So just want to thank my wife for being out there helping me all along the process with this. And she was a huge help with the roller trying to cut in on all those pickets. Now, I'm sure some of you are listening to that and thinking 100 degrees is not that hot where you're located, but where we are, that is a pretty hot summer day, and I basically look like I jumped in the pool by the time I finished this fence. We're finally done with the stain, and now it's just a matter of letting this dry. You want to make sure with this stain that we used, it called for at least 4 hours of drying before it rained, so that's definitely something to consider while you're staining something like this outside. After everything's dried, I'm going to come back with these fence post caps and put these on top of the fence posts. This isn't just for show. Over time, water will build up on top of those fence posts and soak into the wood and cause the center of that post to rot out before everything else. I want to prevent that as much as possible, so they sell these caps that you can purchase. I actually went to Lowe's looking for white caps to go over top and it would match the fence really well. It said they had 156 of them. I could not find them anywhere. I ended up getting these copper ones instead, which look really nice on a white fence like this. You could also see I used a little bit of white caulking for like around windows and doors, exterior use, and glued that down on top of the fence post to keep it from accidentally falling off. Now here's the finished product. I think it turned out great. We're really happy with how this went. So I hope you guys found this one helpful and enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button down below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, if you haven't seen the fence video on building this, go check that out. I also have a bunch of other cool videos on my channel that might be helpful for you. So go check that out. Thanks guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.